Hi, this is John from US Angler, and on today's knot session, I want to discuss the uni knot, a great all-purpose knot for pretty much everything you'd use in fishing. It has a lot of advantages. It's easy to tie, it's very strong, and it has fantastic shock strength, which many knots don't. That means that when a fish starts to really tug on your line, or you hook into a serious snag, you can expect that the knot's going to hold under that sudden force. So let me show you how you tie this knot. It's pretty easy. So here's a lure, and I'm using number 5 fly line just for visibility. It's not very easy to tie compared to regular fishing line, but you'll be able to see it. So pass your line through the eye of your lure or your hook and give yourself plenty. Then make a large loop like this. Then pass the tag end over both the main line and the loop line at least 5 times. I often go for 7. Then hold the tag in, wet the knot, and slowly cinch this thing down. The knot's not going to be very pretty with this fly line, but trust me, with regular line, it's going to work perfectly. And then you trim the remaining tag end if necessary. The second uni knot that you need to know is the double uni. The single uni is great for tying lures, hooks, pretty much anything you need to attach to your line, and for attaching your line to your reel. The double uni, on the other hand, is fantastic for joining mainline to leader, especially mono to fluoro or braid to fluoro. Let me show you how it's done. So imagine that this brown line is your main line and the white line is your leader. Treat the lines just like the eye of the lure. So I'm going to make a simple loop, and I'm first going to tie the brown line. So I passed it through the other line. I need to give myself plenty of space on the tag line. I'm then going to create the same loop I did before, just like this, and then I'm going to wrap the tag end around both lines 5 to 7 times. Okay. Now I'm just going to snug this down a little bit. I'm not actually tightening this yet. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, although it's a little tricky because you have to tie this knot in reverse. So you make a loop, and then wrap the tag end around the main and tag lines 5 to 7 times. Of course, wetting the knot and slowly cinching it tight. Now once you get to this point, it's pretty simple. You just want to be very careful not to over tighten the line before you get these things close to one another, before you get these two knots adjacent. When you do, you can start pulling on both ends until this gets tight. Now this is not going to come loose. This is an extremely strong knot and is going to hold the main line to the leader. Of course, you then would trim the remaining tag ends to give you a nice smooth joint there, but I would leave just a little bit, not trimming it all the way up to the knot. But there it is. Very strong, very sturdy, and it will join fluoro to mono or fluoro to braid. No problems. Thanks for watching our videos and for trusting us to show you the uni knot.